Anytime original series.
I am currently in Rochester, New York, where there is a cemetery called the Britain Road Cemetery, and inside of it lies buried a tzaddik that a lot of people don't know about, but I'd like to show you his Kever and tell you his fabulous story, and maybe even inspire you to come visit and daven by this tzaddik. Rochester was one of many communities spread out all throughout America that used to have very, very large communities. Believe it or not, there used to be a lot of large Jewish communities all throughout the United States. It wasn't just Chicago, New York, and now Boca. It used to be all over, as is clearly demonstrated by just the sheer number of graves that stretch forever and ever. The amount of people that used to live here is astonishing. Now, this isn't Spas, this is not Har Menuchos, it's a cemetery of simple Yidden who lived their lives in Rochester, New York. And out of all of these Kfarim, most of which are pretty nondescript, there's one Kever that stands out. Because there's one Kever that has this next to it. I'm standing here beside the Kever of Rav Bergman, a man most people have never heard of, a quiet, hidden tzaddik who lived right here in Rochester, New York. So why is there a tziyun here? Why are people from near and far making the trip to this seemingly ordinary grave? There's a box of kvitlach that is overflowing. Because behind this stone there's a story of faith so pure it bent the laws of nature. They tell the story of a young boy, a Talmud named Reb Tilim, who longed to learn Torah by Rav Bergman, the Melamed, but there was a problem. Rav Bergman lived across the town, and the path to his home ran through rough, dangerous neighborhoods, places that no child should walk alone. So heartbroken, the boy came to his Rebbe, Rabbi Bergman, and asked him, he said, "Rebbe, what should I do?" So Rabbi Bergman looked at him and calmly he said, "Young boy, you want to learn Torah? Am batuach, walk, and nothing will happen to you." So the next morning, the boy stepped out of his house and froze. Because in front of his house stood the largest, most intimidating dog he had ever seen in his life. Its eyes locked onto his, and then, without a word, it began to walk beside him, street after street, past gangs, past the drunks, past the danger, all the way to Rabbi Bergman's home. And the dog waited patiently outside until the boy finished learning, and then it walked him home. And the next morning, there it was again, waiting, and again the next day, and the day after that. No one knew where this dog came from, or who it belonged to. But for 9 years, 9 straight years, it escorted this boy safely to and from his Rebbe until one day, Rabbi Bergman passed away, and the same day, the boy stepped outside and found the dog lying lifeless on his doorstep. The moment his Rebbe's soul left the world, the messenger Hashem sent to protect him was gone too. That's the power of a tzaddik. That's the power of Torah, and that's the power of relentless, stubborn, holy determination. Because in life, when someone truly wants to grow, when they ache to learn, When their soul refuses to settle for mediocrity, Hashem moves the world for them. Nature itself bends. The walls of impossibility crumble. The streets that once looked dangerous become a highway of divine protection. Most people wait until life feels safe to start walking. But the truth is, safety doesn't come first. Emunah does. The boy didn't wait for the game to move out of the way or for a safer route to open up. He walked because he trusted. And in that trust, heaven responded. That's the secret of every Jew who's ever done something great. Avram walked into the unknown. Moshe walked into the sea. David faced Goliath. Esther walked towards the throne. Every one of them took that first trembling step. And Hashem turned trembling into triumph. And that's our story too. Each of us has our own neighborhoods to walk through, dark stretches filled with fear and temptation and uncertainty, and the noise of a world that mocks holiness. We tell ourselves it's too hard, it's too far, it's too dangerous. But Rav Bergman's story screams back across time. You know what you should do? You should walk anyway. It seems dangerous? Walk anyway. It seems too steep? Walk anyway. It seems like an impossible journey? Walk anyway. If your heart is pure, if your mission is holy, you don't walk alone. The same Hashem who sent a loyal guardian to a boy in Rochester, New York who just wanted to learn Torah will send you whatever protection and strength or miracle that you need to fulfill your purpose. And maybe that's the greatest lesson of all, that faith isn't about waiting for signs. It's about walking before they appear. And when you do, the signs follow. The protection follows. The brachos follows. So wherever you are in life, whatever road feels too risky for you, take that step. Start walking towards your own Rav Bergman, towards your own Torah, your own truth, your own greatness. Because the moment you move with faith, Hashem moves the world with you. This Kever is not just a story about a boy and a dog. It's the story of what happens when a Jew dares to believe that Hashem walks beside him and keeps walking no matter how dark the road looks.